A great Monday morning. It is a beautiful morning in the city of Brownsville, Texas. And it's been a crazy it's been a crazy couple of days and weeks. And sometimes I think I'm going nuts. And let me just start off the bat. I don't know if people are coming on or on already. I How have you been? I'm struggling, Nolda. I am struggling um, to the point that I might want to go talk to someone. And I'm struggling because I, there comes a point where you just don't want to be proven right. You know, I, I literally want to cry for this community. I literally want to cry right now for this community. No, I need private help. um, I literally want to cry for this community, Noda. I don't know if you had an opportunity to read the article that I posted last week. It's depressing. It's depressing. The things that happen in the city of Brownsville, they don't happen much anywhere else. And I know some people are going to say, "Oh, it's just like that everywhere you go." No, what happens in the city of Brownsville is amazing to the point that I think that we've got the P on our forehead, the big P on our forehead. And there's an issue with that. And I was talking to someone this week. There's an issue with that in on twofold. Uh, they the people that have the money to 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. I think it's oops. I think the people see us with a big old P on our forehead, a key right there, and my forehead's gotten bigger because of my hairline's going up. They see us with this big P on our forehead, and it's twofold. And I'll try to explain this. The individuals that have the money, that have the connections with the individuals that are on these boards and committees here locally in the city of Brownsville, they see us as like, and we could scam those dumbasses, scam them good, take them for a bunch. I'm gonna have a Twinkie. I need a sugar. No, no, hombre, a eso nos los vamos a fregar bien y bonito because we've got the P on our head. And then to other individuals who just follow along, who are the part, but they have an interest. Morning, James. They have an interest in the city of Brownsville because they have their roots here. It's like one of the things that I've always said. One of the first things that I ever came out with when I was running for BISD the first time is how our kids they leave this area, and that's unfortunate that our children have to go elsewhere to find the opportunities that we should be offering here. And what happens is, yes, it's true. I'm willing to talk. I'm prof. What happens is our kids leave because there's no opportunities here unless you're a part of that corrupt political machine. Buenos días, buenos días, buenos días. So either you're a part of the political machine. What's his name? You're a part of the political machine, and you're in that little group, or you're not, and you're never going to have an opportunity to serve here or anything. One AC issue of this is one thing, but this popcorn style breakdown from campus to campus is uh, lack of care and planning. The weather people had been. Well, we're going to talk about that too. Right now, to stay on the city, our kids leave and they can't come back. They cannot come back. They cannot come back, and it's unfortunate. It's always been like that since Brownsville has had political. Now that the city comes into money, everybody wants a piece. Yeah, but Hector, this is an ongoing thing. Remember, I've been talking about this Titan Tires, the telecommunity, it's a telecommunity thing, that T-Mobile. We had Flight Frontera. We've had the Bridge to Nowhere, and we had Tenasca, and it's just one thing after another thing after another thing. Now, take into consideration, these are the ones that we've caught. Can you imagine how many out there we haven't caught? It's amazing. Uncanny, uncanny. No, it's amazing how many we haven't caught. Ahora sí, si tú Ruby quieres, how many we haven't caught, and that's what bothers me, and it's just very very unfortunate. I have that was Chema. It's Emma and Chema. They're good. But the article that I put out, guys, called "Ambitious Plans for Space Economy in Brownsville Area Have Flamed Out, Fizzled Away." Uh, During the height of the SpaceX thing, this is what the article says: city officials rephrased the city's motto to "On the Border by the Sea and Beyond." Brownsville claimed it was on its way to becoming the new Silicon Valley of space. Officials, our mayor and city commissioners, publicized the arrival of space industry startups and venture capital funds. But a recent audit conducted by the city now declares that very few of these companies are still here today. None. The audit, which described the partnership between the city's economic development corporation and 9.8 Capital, a venture capital firm, found that some of the businesses that promised to set up shop in Brownsville may have never established themselves after the publicized arrivals. And I don't know if y'all remember, they had this big old hoopla, guys. These little celebrations and picture moments, because that's all they're good for. Picture moments. We were supposed to get taxis, flying taxis, guys. When I heard that, I'm going like, these guys are so stupid. They can't, and it really trips me out. I couldn't grasp onto the fact, could they actually be that stupid to fall for something like that? It's not going to happen. People don't even use regular taxis now. But it was never going to happen. 9.8 Capital is a space-focused venture capital firm on several companies promoted by Mayor Juan Trey Mendez, and then GBEC Executive Director Helen Ramirez as the future of Brownsville's new space economy. The guy that sold us this crap was Joseph Brandt Arsenault, whatever. Asonan. The company's owner said in November 2021 press conference that 9.8 Capital would help Brownsville pioneer the new space industry. And people bought that crap. They believed it. The city-led audit of the $1 million two-year contract between 9.8 Capital and the Greater Brownsville Incentives Corporation showed that the company's plan to operate in Brownsville never came to any meaningful fruition. It was never going to happen. City wants to attract companies that put money in their pockets, just like the LNG project. They don't care if they ruin beautiful air. They don't. And that's going to be the next one, guys. And someone stated this on one of the comments on one of the blogs. This is going to be the new baby. They've already probably milked the SpaceX thing as much as possible. They're going back into the LNG and going to milk that for a good old time. G-Beck's contract with Endpoint Capital said the company had to employ at least 20 people, create 10 million in taxable property, fund program scholarships for the University of Texas Rio Grande, and create a hatchery to find funding for space business coming to the city and attract capital investors for Brownsville-based space startups, according to the audit. The guy, we paid the guy $750,000. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Bringing new resources is not the community as a whole. It's for the lining of the pockets of the greedy Browns. Unfortunately, we, the common folk, are easily swayed at the pachangas. Yes. And the picture moments and the sweater surprise. It's great. It's madness, guys. We gave this guy $750,000 for nothing. Nothing. In September 2022, GBEC gave Arsenal 6 months to show proof of establishing in Brownsville and making progress in the business. On May 11th this year, GBEC attempted to recover the $750,000 that it gave Arsenal through a clawback provision, according to the audit. Like, well, we want our money back. At the time of the audit's publication, the money has not been recovered, 100% not. What I thought was hilarious was when they reached out to Arsenal, he said, talk to my attorneys. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Baba. Blessings to you, baby. I want to talk to you, Elon Musk, too. Arsenal funded Natalie rented a warehouse space from the airport, which she announced in a tweet to develop its homes and source of timber. None of the planned 124 appear to have been developed, even after Wren sold at least one home to a UTRGV student. Nothing. Poor student. Just like they do, Italian tires and walked away with suitcases full of money. Yes, again. Sarah's previous website allowed visitors to view Habitat Zero floor plans with an option to make a deposit to secure a home. The link to the website is now dead, and the company's social media accounts have been deactivated. Another scam. Astadia took us for granted. Asteria has since rebranded to Astrea. They changed their names. According to the company's Twitter account, Aria is based in Miami, the city that has spent at least 2 years trying to attract crypto and tech startups. Wren's profile, which stated Wren's had not been active since June, claims she is based in Miami. Astera Homes are now focused on supporting athlete and high-performance individuals. The goal is still to develop these homes on Mars. They took us for suckers. The company's new website has no interactive elements except the email address. The property, which borders the Brownsville South Padre Island International, that curves along Osaka, sits vacant. The land is for sale now. The property's broker, Mark Johnson, told PBR that Denez walked away from the project after she couldn't secure investors to afford the property's increasing interest rates. But they took our money. Paragon VTOL Aerospace is one of the several companies that owned and founded by Dwight Thanos Smith. I think there was that black guy, a self-proclaimed pilot and an entrepreneur from Jamaica. Yeah, it was that guy. Smith is chief visionary official, led inventor at Paragon. Paragon Aerospace arrived in the city around the same time, 9.8 Capital, because they all came down and said, like, let's take these suckers for all they got. Contact the city press release said the company would provide 50 air taxis for use in Brownsville by 2025. Announced that Paragon in June 2021, Iran was moving its manufacturing to the city. Specifically, the company was moving its manufacturing hub to the Brownsville South Padre Island International Airport. Mendes called the move its first step in establishing Brownsville as the new space city. In a Facebook post, Mendes said Smith chose to relocate Paragon Aerospace to Brownsville without any incentive offered by the city. GBEC never entered into a financial partnership with the company. Smith said in June 25 press conference the company would start by building package delivery drones. then moved into cargo aircraft before ultimately producing passenger aircraft, which is never going to happen. He said the cargo aircraft would be unveiled in 2022. Never happened. 2 months later, in September, the city held a second press conference for Paragon Aerospace, this time with Smith announcing that the company now had a chief executive officer, chief financial officer. The executives, Ken Peterman, who is CEO of Comtech, and Jeff Mobley, a financial consultant at Circle X, respectively, do not mention Paragon on their LinkedIn profiles. Smith said the company would partner with Texas Southmost College as a workforce training in microgrid aircraft and software development. The host of other companies were part of the partnerships, according to the city, including Rolls-Royce, which builds aircraft engines. The following year, TSC announced a contract with Paragon for students to construct a drone for the company. The contract, which had Paragon Aerospace paying around $41,000 for the drone's construction, was approved during the Texas Southmost College board meeting in 2022. It was the last time the company was mentioned in a meeting agenda. It was not clear whether the drone was built or used. Never. At the same month, GBIC gave Brownsville Independent School District 86 million for a drone academy led by Paragon. It gets worse. The drone programs have stopped. Regardless, Paragon is still posting about Brownsville-based partnerships such as the school district and TSC because it helps them, guys. Every single time that there's anything in association with like, oh, well, we've got this contract with BISD, this contract with TSC, it only fluffs their curriculum. Little information is available about Smith and his companies. An article in Jamaica Observer said Smith was living in California before relocating to Brownsville. And the same article, Smith said he built a glider plane when he was 7 and flying planes regularly at the time. According to Texas data, Paragon has a mailing address inside Houston office built that was incorporated in Delaware. The company's YouTube channel promotes small electric car nada. They've done nothing, and it goes on and on and on. Keeping our community undereducated is convincing parents that the students are fine with appropriate levels of standardized tests is just a beginning to the control. 100%. They want a long paying nest egg so they can try to shove a river walk like deal down our throats. And let me tell you, that's going to be a disaster. Freaking Erasmo, your laugh makes me laugh as well. It's good. Guys, I'm reading these articles, guys. It's crazy. Also mentioned in his address that $150,000 launch grant given to spacecraft and satellite shielding company Cosmic Shielding, signaled the city was still interested in the new space industry. However, the grant, which is overseen by GBIC, has been put on hold and is currently under review, according to the GBIC's website. Did not respond to the request for comment. $13 million budget. It's crazy. Star EOC results. I wonder who's getting the money. Sorry. I wonder who's getting the money from the sale of the Majestic Theater. It's the middies. Result of the release 23. All the number of approaches, which means the students will still need assistance. They continue. So when can the students stand on their own? Can't blame only BIZ. Also need to check charter school performance. Note the approach category versus master. Big difference. 100%. It's really unfortunate, guys, because at the end of the day, all these monies that were squandered on all these space company craps, they thinking they could have gone to you. It could have gone to your children. It could have helped. So your children could have a better life. The more you know, the more you grow. People who refuse to get educated on the issues keep our community stagnant. Well, I think a lot of it has to do that it's just so overwhelming. And look, I shared this article with a lot of folks. I share this article with a lot of folks, and I think a lot of people that were, trying to fight the system are now seeing that I've been right all along. Guys, I've been doing this for 10, 12 years now, maybe more now, 12 years probably. I know the way the game is played. And I've always stated, guys, always stated, and I think a lot of people that I talked to this weekend agreed with me now. Brownsville's number one problem are all these boards and committees. Number one problem. They keep on siphoning that money and putting it into the pocket of the few. And that is why it's always the same people on these boards and committees. And yes, I'll have some friends of mine go like, Erasmo, I'm on a board and committee. I'm not part of that group. They're, and don't take this the wrong way, guys. You are the token. Did you know what Spark South Park? Does everyone know who Token is? Token is the African American kid that they put in there because he's the token. And they even named him Token because that's how South Park is. South Park's amazing. But they have to have someone in there. So if you're on a board and a committee and you're not on the take or you're not part of that little group, you're the token. You're there so that they could say, you see, we got people that are outside of our group, but you'll always be in the minority. And that's what sucks. That's the problem. That is why Erasmo Castro has such a big issue with a lot of the folks out here because they cannot accept the truth. Where's my blue trash can? Love you, Ozzy. And honestly, guys, I this weekend was hard on me for many reasons, but I wanted to cry because how can a city so rich in resources like the city of Brownsville be so stupid, stupid, stupid? And what Nelda said is true. It's partially because we are probably I think the fourth less educated city in the country, and that sucks. It's horrible. Lack of education, and I want to cry. This Trinky is amazing. Um, Maggie's been posting about the air conditioning units. I've seen the article about how the space industry. We've been talking about that. I posted it earlier this weekend. That's what we were talking about before you came in. It is unfortunate. The issue with the air conditioning units is just you expect that when you've got a superintendent, maybe. You don't expect that when you've got 5 assistant superintendents. And all of y'all are overpaid. You don't expect that. But again, they get these people that are yes people. They get these people in there that are out there to show themselves, and our community keeps getting screwed. Of a $500 million a year organization, you expect a little bit more. Where are the board members? Have the board members addressed this issue? I have not heard one single one address it to the community, to the public. And this community needs help. Exactamente. Ahora, where's the preparation? Didn't they have all summer to review and make sure that these air conditioning units were tip-top shape? Not here. I thought it was going to rain this weekend. Someone said that it might rain today. Guys, I need to get some water. I got also a client number that is failure at the higher level. Yeah. And just to make this very, very clear, I'm not out there against the maintenance department, not against PUB workers, not against the city of Brownsville workers. It's the ones on top. The ones on top that are damaged, that are flawed, that are rats. My 25 minutes are up. School board meeting at 12 noon to vote on tax increase to be on the ballot in November. Buenos dias, buenos dias. Yeah, I did not know it was going to be at noon. Might decide to go. I don't know. Why not? Guys, have a great day. Social distance, face covering, hand sanitizer, still doing all that. So hopefully see you tonight at 9. I'm disgusted. Buenos dias, buenos dias. I want to cry. Guys, be good to each other. Continue to be good to me. God bless.